Marvel Zombies is finally here. I believe you must have binge-watched the entire show by now. That's why it's time we discuss all these episodes. So, let's break it down. First of all, this show is a continuation of the zombie episode from What If? Season 1. In that episode, Jeanne Van Dyne gets infected by a zombie virus in the quantum realm. To save her, Hank Pym goes there and ends up getting infected himself. When they both emerge from the quantum tunnel, the virus spreads across the entire world. Even the Avengers get infected. When Bruce Banner arrives on Earth from space to warn them about Thanos, he sees that, except for a few heroes, the entire world has been infected by the zombie virus dart. Now, they go to Vision, where they learn that Vision has captured zombie Wanda and is keeping her contained. To feed her, he's been cutting body parts from innocent people and giving them to her. One of those victims was T'Challa, whose leg Vision had already fed to Wanda. They all fight Wanda, but in the process, heroes like Okoye and Bucky are killed. However, Vision removes his Mind Stone, which holds the cure for the virus, and gives it to the surviving heroes. Spider-Man, Scott Lang, and T'Challa head to Wakanda. But by then, zombie Thanos has already reached Wakanda, and that's where the What If episode ends, and the story continues in Marvel Zombies. In the first episode, we see Kate Bishop, Riri Williams, and Kamala Khan. Here, Kamala already has her powers, unlike in Earth 616, where we saw her powers manifest after Endgame. Also, Kate Bishop has never met Hawkeye, and Riri doesn't have her suit. Instead, Riri operates a headless Iron Man armor with a teddy bear head attached to it, using Friday's assistance. This is because, in What If, we saw Tony Stark's head separated from his armor. The trio enters Grand Central Station, where the Chitauri invasion of the Avengers took place. But now everything is in ruins due to the zombie apocalypse. Suddenly, a plane crashes, and inside, they find a pilot with a device embedded in his stomach. Kamala removes it, and Riri identifies it as a cross-galactic transmitter built by S.H.I.E.L.D. The three then set off in Riri's car to find other survivors and a cure. However, a storm causes their car to flip, and they find themselves surrounded by zombies. Riri uses her repulsors, Kamala uses her superpowers, and Kate uses her archery to fight off the zombies. But they soon realize the storm wasn't natural, it was actually an intense battle between Icarus and Captain Marvel. Icarus isn't a zombie, but Captain Marvel has turned into one. Since Icarus is an Eternal, and Eternals are essentially robots, the zombie virus doesn't affect him. But the question is, how did Captain Marvel get here? It's possible that Nick Fury sent her a signal as soon as the virus began spreading. But why are they fighting? Maybe the Eternals are trying to initiate the emergence of Tiamat. But Captain Marvel's killing spree is disrupting their plan, and Icarus is trying to stop her. Kate shoots an arrow at Captain Marvel, but it's just a party arrow, and Captain Marvel kills Kate Bishop. A zombie bites Riri as well. At that moment, Moon Knight Blade makes his entrance, riding on his Moon Knight-themed bike to save Kamala Khan. This is the first time we see Blade in the MCU, and if you notice, Moon Knight's suit is merged with Blade's costume, which I think is a really cool idea. They head to Ward, Ohio, where we see other heroes hiding in a base. Here, Yelena has used a technology to control some zombies as a wall, the same technology she used in Black Widow to control pigs. All the heroes gather at this base, but a group of zombies, including Hawkeye, Ghost, Abomination, and led by Okoye, attacks. Oh, and zombie Captain America is there too, but only his upper half, as Bucky had cut him in half in What If. To kill these zombies, you have to attack their heads. The zombies attack the base, and the Widows open fire on them. But Ghost arrives and uses her phasing powers to kill the Widows. We also get a hilarious fight between Red Guardian and Captain America, where Captain America grabs Red Guardian's balls. In the end, Red Guardian falls on Captain America, crushing him to death. But the fight between Blade and Ghost is the best part of this episode. Ghost has phasing abilities, but Blade's superhuman senses allow him to anticipate her attacks. The way he takes her down is thrilling to watch. One thing you might have noticed is that during this fight, Blade's cape disappears. As they try to escape, Yelena is killed by a zombie. The heroes then search for a spaceship, and that's where episode 1 ends. Guys, one thing I really liked about this show is that they didn't hesitate to kill off characters. Now, in the beginning of episode 2, we see Shanghai and Katie working as valets, just like in the Shanghai movie. Here, Shanghai hasn't told Katie anything about himself, and she still knows him as Sean. Then Jimmy Woo makes an entrance. Since the events of Ant-Man and the Wasp took place in the same city, adding their story here was a great idea. The city is under attack by zombies, but Shanghai's father, Wenwu, arrives to save him. In the process, Wenwu uses his 10 rings to kill a giant zombie enhanced by Pym particles. But a zombie bites Shanghai, and to prevent the virus from spreading through his body, Wenwu places the 10 rings on Shanghai's arm to slow the infection. One of the rings, placed on his bicep, glows throughout the show to keep the virus at bay, and Shanghai uses only 9 rings. Katie also learns Shanghai's true identity here. and Death Deal arrives to rescue them 5 years later. We see them in a desert being chased by a group of Skrulls. I was surprised to see the Skrulls like this because, in Earth 616, they were hiding as humans at this time. But in this universe, after the zombie apocalypse, they have no need to hide. And yes, Skrulls can also be infected by the zombie virus. We then see a sign for a city on the sea, followed by the entrance of John Walker, who introduces Baron Zemo. I think in this universe, Zemo was in prison during the virus outbreak. As seen in Civil War, he was likely sent to the Raft, the underwater prison we saw in Civil War and the Brave New World. When the virus spread, Zemo escaped and took control of the Raft, using it to rescue people and build a new city. Here, Shanghai and Red Guardian's teams meet and become good friends. Jimmy Woo also shows off his magic, just as we saw in the MCU. Finally, the heroes find peace in their safe place for the night. Then we're shown a scene at the bottom of the ocean, where Telekinels and zombie Namor are fighting. Inside the Raft, Zemo reveals his true plan. He's been feeding people to Namor to save himself. He abandons Kamala's team in the ocean, but Kamala creates a protective bubble with her powers to save everyone. However, Namor attacks them, and they enter the Raft, where a fight breaks out. They manage to trap Namor in a containment cell, but other Telekinels arrive. The heroes try to escape, but Namor pursues them. Kamala and Shanghai try to stop him with their powers, and the whole team joins in. But Namor is too powerful. He scatters them and cuts off John Walker's arm. In the end, Kamala tricks Namor by enlarging a crystallized mess in his mouth, causing his head to explode. Meanwhile, Yelena sacrifices herself to save the team, as she couldn't join them. Red Guardian has now lost his entire family. At the end of the episode, the raft explodes, and the surviving heroes head toward New Asgard. In episode 3, the story picks up from the What If episode, where Black Panther, Scott, and Spider-Man are fighting zombie Thanos. Their fight reminds us of the Titan battle from Infinity War, but then Thor arrives with Groot and Rocket. Just like in Infinity War, Thor attacks Thanos' chest with Stormbreaker, as I predicted he would. But due to the same mistake, Thanos survives. Using the Power Stone, Thanos separates Rocket's flesh from his body. Groot's fate is unclear, and half of his body is burned. Thanos then destroys Wakanda's Golden City, exposing its vibranium reactor. Black Panther, with the Mind Stone, starts beating Thanos, but by then, zombie Thanos has learned to use the Gauntlet. He steals the Mind Stone from T'Challa, completing the Gauntlet, and we see his full energy flowing through his body, just like in Infinity War. Ultimately, T'Challa pushes Thanos and himself into the vibranium core, destroying both of them and the stones. T'Challa doesn't have a single line of dialogue here. Instead, Spider-Man describes how, in his final moments, T'Challa said Wakanda forever and sacrificed himself to save the universe. An energy explosion occurs, and before Scott and Spider-Man are caught in it, portals open, and sorcerers from Kamatage rescue them. We see sorcerers led by Rintra, whom you might recognize from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Sarah Wolf, also from Multiverse of Madness killed by Wanda, is there too, along with a London Master, also seen in Multiverse of Madness. Spider-Man and Scott discuss how to stop the Queen of the Dead, Wanda. Meanwhile, the heroes arrive at New Asgard, and the gate reminds us of the refugee gate Heimdall used in Thor Ragnarok to save people from Hela. They try to talk to Valkyria, but she tells them to leave. When Blade has Khonshu speak to her, she lets them in. Inside, we see giant Asgardian statues and Asgardian warriors partying, but Thor is visibly sad, similar to his state in Endgame. Valkyria reveals that Thor hasn't spoken to anyone since failing to stop Thanos. She also says the Queen of Sokovia provided them with special meals. She then clarifies, "Oh shoot, that's Wanda." Wanda tries to talk to the heroes, but they hesitate. She claims she was infected but is no longer, and she can heal everyone if she gets the power that exploded in Wakanda. Wanda tries to convince them, but it's revealed that the food was an illusion created by her. It was actually zombie body parts. Those who ate it, including Red Guardian, start turning into zombies. Wanda reverts to her true form, and Zemo is brutally killed, along with Death Dealer and Jimmy Woo. The zombie group attacks Thor, but he finally opens his eyes, or rather, his one eye. The heroes try to escape, but Wanda's army pursues them. Luckily, they find the Grandmaster's ship from Thor, Ragnarok, and start to flee. However, Alexei Red Guardian can't join them as he's turned into a zombie. They notice the ship isn't moving forward because Wanda is holding it back. She pulls them back and tells Kamala, "You have to come with me. You can heal the world." Thor arrives and confronts Wanda, leading to an intense fight. The heroes use the transmitter to contact the Nova Corps for help. But the Nova Corps already know the planet is infected and have quarantined it with a shield, similar to the one in Guardians of the Galaxy. At the end of the episode, they blast the hero ship, causing it to crash. As they fall, portals take them to Kamatage, where we learn Bruce Banner is still alive and absorbing the Infinity Energy from Wakanda to prevent it from destroying the planet. After absorbing it, he becomes Infinity Hulk, resembling the World Breaker Hulk from the comics. The heroes realize Wanda will come for Banner, and they prepare to stop her. Wanda sends her zombie army after Hulk, but he's too powerful and easily takes them down. However, the constant attacks weaken him, and Wanda starts absorbing his power. The heroes arrive through portals, and the final battle begins. We see cool moments like Rintra killing zombies with his horns, Spider-Man ripping off zombie heads with his webs, and Blade slicing Hawkeye in half. The London Master also cuts Hawkeye in half. Wanda whispers to Kamala, "I just want to save everyone. If you stop me, everyone will die." Kamala ignores her and knocks her back with a glow. But Wanda shows Kamala visions of her dead friends as zombies. Thor, now a zombie, kills Sarah Wolf and the London Master with his lightning. Blade attacks Thor, but is vaporized by his lightning. Then, a Thor versus Hulk fight ensues, reminiscent of their Ragnarok battle. Hulk crushes Thor's head, but Wanda starts absorbing Hulk's energy. Rintra is killed, and Shanghai is bitten by a zombie. Almost all the heroes are dead. Kamala fights Wanda alone, but Wanda tells her, "We can save the world. You can help me, and everything will be fine." Kamala ultimately agrees to her deal. Wanda connects herself to Hulk and Kamala, saying the world will restart. A massive explosion covers the planet, and after a white screen, we see Kamala waking up at home, as if everything is fine. Her friends Kate and Riri are waiting at the door, and they go to a cafe, drinking boba tea. Kamala is happy, saying everything is fixed. But suddenly, Wanda's illusion breaks, and Kamala sees flashes of zombies. She sees Riri fighting zombies, who tells her, "Kamala, wake up. This is all fake. It's not real." But Kamala slips back into the illusion, where Kate asks if she's okay. The episode ends with Wanda's final jump scare. So, the ending of Marvel Zombies wasn't satisfying. Wanda wins, and our heroes lose. Many fans are saying they want a season 2, but what's the point now? All of Kamala's friends are dead. Almost all the heroes are dead. So even if Kamala does something, it won't make a difference. With this sad ending, I think Marvel Zombies is complete. I really like this show. Guys, what did you think of Marvel Zombies? Let me know in the comments. And what was your favorite part of the show? Don't forget to tell me that too. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel, because we bring such amazing videos.